All right, let's dive into a decision that is, well, it's thrilling, but it's also a really big deal. How to choose the right dog for you. Because let's be honest, this isn't just about picking out a pet. It's about finding a new family member, a companion that's going to be with you for years. So yeah, we want to get this right.
Oh, you can totally feel it, can't you? That dream of having a new best friend, imagining all the walks, the cuddles. It's just an incredible feeling. But that excitement, that's exactly why we need to pause and make sure the next step is the right one.
Because look, the stakes are super high here. The path you go down can be totally different depending on your choice. Get it right, and you're looking at an amazing bond and a really happy home. But get it wrong? That can lead to a ton of stress, some serious behavioral problems, and sometimes the absolutely gut-wrenching decision to have to rehome a dog.
Okay, this right here, this is maybe the single most important thing to get your head around. It's not about finding the best dog, whatever that even means. The real goal is to find the dog that's genuinely right for your life, right now. Once you make that little mental shift, everything else starts to fall into place.
So, where do we start? Well, it's probably not where you think. It's not scrolling through endless pictures of cute puppies online. Nope. The first and honestly the most critical step is to look in the mirror. You have to get real about your own life before you can find a dog that's going to fit into it.
Let's just start with this one. And I mean, be brutally honest with yourself. Are you someone who's hitting the trails every weekend? Or is your idea of a great day a gentle walk and then a whole evening on the couch? Hey, there's no wrong answer here, but your honest answer is absolutely essential. Next up, time. And we're not just talking about weekends or holidays. We're talking about every single day. Do you work really long hours? Do you travel a lot for your job? A dog needs your attention, they need training, they need exercise every day. Figuring out a realistic time budget isn't just a good idea, it's non-negotiable.
And what about your home? Are you in a tiny apartment downtown, or do you have a big house with a yard? And listen, it's not as simple as big dog needs a big space. Some little dogs, like a Jack Russell Terrier, they have way more energy than a giant Great Dane and will literally be bouncing off the walls of your apartment if you don't give them enough to do.
Okay, so you've taken a good, hard look at your own life. Awesome. Now it's time to flip the coin and look at the other side of this equation. What does a dog actually need from you? This is where we start connecting the dots between your life and their needs. This brings us to what might just be the single biggest reason that relationships between dogs and owners fall apart. It's called the energy mismatch. It's what happens when a super high-octane dog ends up with a really low-activity owner. That simple imbalance, man, it can cause a world of problems.
Think of it like this. A high-energy dog, they don't just need a quick walk around the block. They need a job. They need something to do to keep their brain busy. A low-energy dog, on the other hand, is totally content with a much more relaxed pace. Knowing which one you're signing up for is, well, it's everything.
I mean, this simple formula just says it all, doesn't it? A bored dog who doesn't get enough exercise becomes a frustrated dog. And what does a frustrated dog do? It often starts to act out with behavioral problems. And that's not the dog's fault. It's just the result of a bad match.
You know, beyond just energy, there are other huge things to consider. What's the dog's temperament like? Do you want a social butterfly who loves everyone, or a more independent buddy? And grooming. If the idea of dog hair on, well, everything makes you break out in hives, a Siberian Husky probably isn't your soulmate, no matter how gorgeous those blue eyes are. And of course, is the dog a good fit for your actual family? So, we have all this information, your self-assessment, the dog's needs. How do we actually put it all together and make that final call? This part is all about bringing those two halves together to find that perfect, lifelong match. Before we go any further, just let this number sink in for a second. 10 to 15 years. That is the commitment we are talking about. This isn't a decision for just right now or for this year. This is a decision that's going to shape the next decade, maybe more, of your life. And that brings us to a real pro-level tip. It's one thing to think about your life right now, but what about 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Are you thinking about starting a family, moving to a different city? The right dog is one that can hopefully grow and adapt with you into that future. As you're looking, just remember that the right dog for you could be in a lot of different places. It could be a rescue from a shelter who desperately needs a second chance, or it could be a puppy from a really great, responsible breeder. The most important thing isn't where the dog comes from, it's finding the right individual for you.
All right, this part is so important. To help you get this right, let's just quickly run through the common mistakes people make, because honestly, knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
Okay, let's run through them. Do not choose a dog just because it's cute. Do not ignore those energy levels we talked about. Please don't underestimate the daily time commitment. Don't just get a dog because it's a popular breed you saw on social media. And for the love of all that is holy, do not rush this decision. Take your time.
Okay, let's bring this all home. When you manage to avoid all those common mistakes, when you really do the hard work up front, you're not just getting a pet, you're getting ready to meet your new best friend.
So, this is it. This is your final checklist. Before you make that final decision, just run through these questions one more time. Does this dog's energy level match mine? Do I really have enough time every day? Is this dog a good fit for my home? And am I truly ready to commit for the next 10 to 15 years? If you can look at that list and confidently check off every single box, you are on a great path.
Because in the end, that's the real prize here. That's the reward for all this thoughtful work. When you choose correctly, the result is this incredible, unbreakable bond. You get more than just a pet walking beside you. You really do gain a loyal, loving, lifelong companion.